The week between Christmas and New Year's is the deadliest time of year for drownings. New figures from Royal Lifesaving Australia show that last summer 26% of all drowning deaths occurred during that period. That's an average of 3 people every day.
And already this summer, drownings are up from this time last year. Joining us now is Justin Scarr, the CEO of Royal Lifesaving Australia. Justin, thanks for coming in. Look, really quite staggering figures that 1 in 4 drowning deaths happen between that Christmas and New Year period. Is it just because more people are on holidays, or are there other trends at play?
Yeah, the summer period generally means that people are on holidays, but if you think about that Christmas New Year period, so many people have leave. They're travelling all over the country to visit families, and they're also participating in large gatherings, and generally that involves gatherings around the water, particularly if the weather is fantastic.
And is that what's playing into it this year, that we're seeing the number higher than this time last year?
Yeah, the weather has been really great for the last couple of days, and so many people are flocking to a range of waterways, including beaches and rivers and lakes, and we've also seen some drownings tragically in backyard swimming pools. People have gone on holidays early, and that's just not people going a long, long way away to visit family. It's also people day tripping and hosting picnics by those waterways.
Some of the data that you've produced, it's quite interesting. One that sort of struck me was that most of these drownings are actually happening on the first day that people get to these waterways. What's going on there? Yeah,
that's why we're urging people to plan, and the preparation really is the key. When you arrive at a holiday location, it's those first couple of days where you're unfamiliar with the location. You don't perhaps know where the patrolled area with lifeguards are, you don't know where the times for those lifeguards, and potentially you don't know necessarily the swimming ability of the people that you're holidaying with as well. So you might know that your children can swim, but you don't know whether the cousins actually have the familiarity with water that requires to float if in trouble or swim their way to safety.
Interestingly as well, 33% of drowning deaths last year involved incidents where more than one person drowned. Is it often the case that someone, obviously, if you see a family or friend in trouble, you want to go and help them, but sometimes the rescuer gets in trouble?
Yeah, this is absolutely tragic, and we do see multiple fatality events, and quite often the person that was in trouble in the first place survives. So it's really important that you understand everyone's swimming ability. We really encourage people to swim in recognised swimming locations, and that might mean the local pool. And if there is an emergency, you've really got to understand that rescue in water is really quite challenging, and so look out for someone that has the skills, perhaps a surfer, someone that has some buoyancy like a surfboard or a bodyboard. And life jackets are really a great lifesaver, particularly if you're around water and you can't swim. People assume they're for boating, but if you've got people that can't swim, a life jacket is a lifesaver.
These latest figures confirm a trend that we've seen for some time, that often it's migrants or people often from non-English speaking backgrounds too, who are getting into trouble. Are we doing enough to educate, especially visitors or new migrants to Australia, about the dangers?
Yeah, look, with the help of the Australian government, we've just released a campaign targeting migrants specifically, and it's not actually delivered by people like me, it's delivered by migrant community spokespeople themselves. So that'll be going out through social media, in language, and we're working really hard to get to communities. And if you have a look around our waterways, migrants enjoy the water really as much as many Australians do, but they generally congregate in very large numbers. These cultural festivals, the holiday seasons are really very important, and you see large family gatherings, and in many cases many of the people in those family groups can't swim, and so we're urging them to really make smart choices about where they're going and picnicking, where they're holidaying, know local conditions, and if people can't swim, then perhaps don't go near the water at all.
Often these deaths involve alcohol as well. Is there any safe limit of alcohol when you're swimming?
Yeah, look, a confession. I mean, I like to have a beer around water as well, but I would never go in after having large amounts of alcohol. It simply encourages an overestimate of your ability. You underestimate just how dangerous those waterways can be, particularly rivers and lakes. We really see alcohol a factor while boating, and also people swimming and drowning in rivers. And often they look very calm and still, and a little bit of alcohol can really help you not see those dangers like snags or currents, and to overestimate your ability as well.
Well, fingers crossed we don't see as much tragedy this summer as we did last. But Justin, thanks very much for coming in. Good messages for us all.
Thank you.